Hey Saxons, it's Sports Recap. I'm Eli.
And I'm Kellen.
Let's get into some sports. Kellen, you're starting us off today.
Yeah, so starting off with boys basketball, the boys basketball team beat North Salem on Tuesday in a big win. And then, unfortunately, they came up short to West Salem on Friday, 71 to 73.
And weren't they down by double digits too?
Yeah, they came back in the second half a lot.
Nice.
They were, at the end of the first quarter, they were down by 15, maybe even a little bit more points. And then second half, they just found a little switch, but fortunately still lost by 3. But,
Yeah.
They dominated the second half.
Good for them. For girls basketball, they continued their 5-game winning streak with their win against West Salem, 51-49. Another 3-point.
Yeah, 3-point win.
So
Or
two-point
Two-point.
game. Another close game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Who do they play next?
They play McNary at McNary, so hopefully they can keep
Nasty.
their.
That'd be a 6-game win streak.
Be a 6-game win streak.
Yeah.
Now, NBA trades. There's been a lot of weird ones, like Luka going to the Lakers and AD going to the Mavs. What's your thoughts on
that? Dallas is stupid. They traded away their franchise player. Luka didn't want to leave, and then AD probably didn't want to leave the Lakers.
Yeah, he was a great time with LeBron.
I think that the Mavs are absolutely stupid. The Lakers 100% won that trade.
Yeah.
The Lakers pretty much, they lost their big man, and they got Luka, who's like only 25, and AD, who's in his 30s.
Yeah.
And so, now AD's hurt. He had some groin issues on a non-contact injury a couple nights ago. So, I don't know. I think it's stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, another one is Jimmy Butler went to the Warriors for a trade of a first-round pick, Andrew Wiggins, and someone else. I don't remember, but Warriors won their game with the first game with Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, he dropped 25.
Yeah, combined points, Jimmy Butler and Stephen Curry was 59.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And also, we got to see Jimmy Butler dunk for the first time in a hot minute. So,
how old is Jimmy Butler?
I think he's late 20s, early 30s probably.
Yeah.
So he's got some more years in him.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of weird to see how it was the week leading up to the Super Bowl. That should really be the only thing that's being talked about is the Super Bowl. But then you have these crazy trades happening in the NBA right before the trade deadline. And so it's all right, here we go, I guess.
And then there's probably going to say his name wrong, the guy on Fox on the Sacramento Kings. I don't know his first name, but he's a Spur now. He's on the Spurs with
Wemby
and Chris Paul.
Yeah.
So Spurs might be decent again.
Yeah. Another thing obviously Giannis is hurt, so he can't play in the NBA All-Star game. And so the NBA was basically deciding between, okay, do we put Trae Young to fill a spot or do we put LaMelo to trade a spot? Obviously, you'd think LaMelo, right?
Yeah, for the popularity.
Well, they ended up choosing Trae Young to fill Giannis' spot when
I think they Trae
Young averages 22 points per game. LaMelo averages 28 points per game.
Yeah.
LaMelo is just so much better than Trae Young.
Yeah. But
I'm
it is what it is.
That.
It's probably going to be a outrageous score anyway. Probably 176 to 100 something. It's always. There's no defense played. I don't even watch it really anymore.
It's just, I'd rather watch the NBA All-Star game than the NFL Pro Bowl. Just because, you can actually do some, cool dunks because, obviously, no one's trying, but I don't know. I like the NBA All-Star game better.
Yeah.
Than
If the
flag football
NFL
game.
still did tackle football for the Pro Bowls or the all whatever they
The
call
Pro
it,
Bowl?
Pro
Yeah.
Bowl, it would be,
Oh yeah, I
it'd
mean,
be so good.
like it used to be where those those players playing in the Pro Bowl would just go all out on each other, and it was like the best thing ever.
yeah.
But now it's just like, oh, we don't want to get anyone hurt, which makes sense, right? Like, you don't want to get hurt, but I still want
Yeah.
to see a tackle football game. And I think the players probably like the flag football game better.
Well, yeah, because they know they're not going to get hurt, and if they do get hurt, it's
Yeah.
not going. They're not out for like a month.
Yeah, it's like they're
Maybe out
like-
for like a week.
and especially because they've been playing like probably some of them like 10 weeks straight of
Yeah.
like contact football, which is like takes a lot on your body. So like just playing a game and not having to worry about that is probably nice for them.
Yeah,
and
they
just
got-
all the fun stuff that
Yeah.
happens before
They
the
got
Pro Bowl game.
no added weight on them.
Yeah,
And
yeah, they can just go out
So-
and have fun.
now the big event that happened on the weekend, Super Bowl 59, Eagles and Chiefs.
Oh, man.
Definitely not the score I was expecting.
Definitely
I was
not.
expecting a lot closer game, but Eagles came out on top, 40-22.
Mm-hmm.
What were your thoughts on the overall game?
I thought that was the best thing that could have happened, to be
Yes.
honest, for the NFL and for the NFL fans. I was like, if the Chiefs win this game, like this is stupid, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to watch the NFL ever again.
Yeah, and in
But-
the back of my mind, when the Eagles like up by 24, in the back of my mind, I was like, don't do another Tom Brady with the Falcons. Don't.
That's
do
what I
that.
was thinking. I was telling people, hey, it's 24-0 coming at
Yeah.
halftime, but you never know. The NFL script might be written the right way for the Chiefs.
Yeah,
You
but
know? I was
thankfully,
during the
the
game.
Eagles-
During the game, I was making a joke saying like, AJ Brown had, or I guess AJ Brown was like had a book on the sideline, and like a coach had that book and he was like put it in his pocket. And I was making a joke saying like, oh, that's the NFL script. The Eagles stole the NFL script
yeah,
from the Chiefs and the refs. So now that the Eagles know everything that the Chiefs are doing. I mean, obviously it's not true, but it's just a joke. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, the Chiefs absolutely stopped Saquon, but
yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
But Saquon still put up
yeah,
some.
he still put
decent
up like
numbers.
80 yards maybe.
Yeah,
Sure, he had like 30 rushes, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think the Eagles just played better, both sides of the ball.
yeah. Their
You know,
defense did really.
I mean,
good.
the Eagles are the most consistent defense in the NFL, and that's something that the Chiefs hadn't seen yet. Obviously, good defenses like they've seen, like the Bills' defense, they're good, but their secondary can let up big plays. The Eagles aren't going to let up big plays. Sure they did in like the fourth quarter. When
yeah,
it didn't
but
matter,
the game
but
was
like
over. So
yeah, and I don't know. I think that fourth quarter little couple scores, like if they would have done that sooner, then they
Yeah.
read the script wrong. They read it fourth quarter instead of third quarter comeback. So
yeah,
it's too late for them. Honestly, if they would have started that right after halftime, I think they probably would have gotten close.
well, one of their touchdowns was when the Eagles had their secondary out,
True,
but
but.
still, points are points.
And like the crazy thing is that on the Eagles' defensive drive when they had like 2 sacks in a row. I mean, actually,
They had 3.
anytime they sacked Mahomes, it was only on a 4-man rush.
Yeah,
The Eagles like never blitzed the entire game. It was just 4-man rush, still getting to Mahomes, which never happens. So that was pretty crazy. And then Mahomes had like 52 passing yards until the fourth quarter or something like that.
Yeah.
And like 2 interceptions, 0 touchdowns, or maybe 1 touchdown. But this was like the best, my favorite Super Bowl.
Well, the thing is, I think the game was called pretty fair,
Oh yeah, 100%.
which just goes to show like people who weren't following the NFL really a whole lot until the Super Bowl, and they would just like look at their phone and see the scores. The Chiefs are a mediocre team.
Yeah.
They have won multiple 1-point, 1-score games because of calls.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
And then when you get a game called fairly, that's what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the Chiefs just played flat out horrible.
yeah, they didn't play
And the Eagles played really
great.
good. But it was the first drive for the Eagles when it was 4th and 2 on like midfield.
All that.
And he threw a one-on-one to A.J. Brown, and there was that PI on
Yes.
A.J. Brown. I was like, oh no, here we go again.
Yeah,
But it was
yeah.
actually, the game was called pretty fair.
fairly.
I mean, like that call was like, I see it, but it's like just because
Yeah, it was like-
it's the Chiefs,
It's like
but
technically we should throw it, but
just because it's the Chiefs, we don't like
Yeah.
it. But I don't know. I think it was a pretty fair called game, pretty good game. I don't know. I loved it. It was
Yeah.
a really good game.
and not sports related at all. But what about the halftime show?
Halftime show. Okay, so I couldn't really hear it because I was in a room with a lot of people, and there was
Yeah,
so I didn't hear a lot. All I kind of heard was he was teasing "Not Like Us" like
Yeah.
twice, and then he finally played it, and
Yeah.
then I heard SZA's like 2-minute performance, which is
you
probably
didn't even have like 2 minutes. It was short, though.
yeah.
But
I don't know. I mean, I don't even listen to Kendrick Lamar, so
I thought it was pretty good for what he had planned and all the Easter eggs and all that stuff that you had to kind of remember. Like, all of the performances were based off of things in the later music videos, and then, of course, he's going to do his diss songs to diss Drake,
Yeah.
and then
I thought they weren't gonna allow him to do that.
Drake said as big as the Super Bowl. Kendrick performs in the Super Bowl, and then
Yeah.
and then they had Serena Williams there,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is Kendrick or Drake's ex, and she was performing in the X on the stage, and PlayStation.
Yeah.
It was set up like a PlayStation controller, kinda, and that's owned by Sony, and Sony owns Drake's whole
Wow.
thing. So pretty crazy. So
I didn't even realize that.
and then he ended the whole crowd with lights going game over in the crowd. So
Yeah.
he kind of put the whole final kibosh on that. So
Yeah, I didn't even realize that. That's
you're
pretty
still
crazy.
going for Drake. Can't be friends anymore. Kendrick won. Not even close.
Another thing is, do you think Travis is going to propose after the Super Bowl?
No. Taylor's dumping him, dude.
Okay,
With his
'cause-
performance.
Okay,
What did he have,
so-
one completion?
He had like
Two.
he went like 2 for 8 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, no, but if they won,
Oh, definitely he would have proposed.
see, the thing is that like, who knows if they'll ever get married or
Yeah.
date? Like, or well, I guess they are dating. But like, Taylor's gone so much. Travis is like, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was best that they didn't win, because maybe if they won and Travis proposed, maybe Taylor would have said, "Nope, not today." And
That would have
then
been funny.
that would have been really funny. But hey, Taylor Swift got booed during the game, so
Yeah.
that was pretty good.
And my dad, he was gonna take a drink of his beer every single time he saw Taylor Swift, and
They only showed her
he was
once,
pretty,
I
He was
think.
pretty upset that they only showed her once. So
One drink.
only one sip. So he wasn't too happy about that. But
Yeah. There was another thing I was gonna say.
nothing. Yeah, nothing else. Next episodes are probably going to be a lot about the NBA and
Yep.
college basketball.
Yep.
So
Oh, college basketball. Clemson upset Duke. That's all I know.
really,
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, bye number 2 team in the country.
Yeah, Duke no longer.
Yep. All right. I think that's all we have for you guys
That's
today.
all we have. See you guys next time.